So I was recently hired to direct, film, and edit a music video. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to share my experience with you guys, along with some of the behind the scenes footage, and just talk about some of the challenges that I had to deal with going into this music video. So without delay, let's just get into it. All right, on this beautiful Saturday morning, I am on my way to a music video shoot that I have been preparing for the past week and a half. Hopefully it goes well. Always get nervous before these things, and we'll see. So the music video is for a track called Triumphant, and it's written by my friend Lancer Clark. He's a singer and he's been working on a bunch of tracks. He's about to release a bunch of content, and I actually shot the music video for his first single. So this music video was challenging in some ways and really easy in some ways. So let's start with what was easy about filming this video. The first thing is the treatment. I didn't have to write a treatment at all. The artist already had one put together. The only thing I had to do was kind of mold it and then direct it to adapt it to the music video. The story is about him and his wife and his family kind of going through struggles. And even though his story is incredible, he has an incredible story, he just chose two significant moments in a long struggle that he wanted to highlight in the music video. So my job was to do that. The second thing that made this an easy shoot is the fact that pretty much everyone involved I knew. So that just made being on set a lot more fun and a lot more just being able to be free. Another advantage to knowing him, the artist, is the fact that I kind of knew his personality and his taste, so I knew certain things that I could pitch to him or put in the video that I knew he would like. Another thing that made this entire experience super easy was the fact that when we were scouting, we found 4 different locations, but the one that we ended up using was a location where the artist and the dancers, because he decided to have dancers in the music video, both locations were right next to each other, so we didn't have to move our stuff, and it just kind of made that part of the shoot day really easy to get done. And actually, that part of the shoot day was probably the hardest and the most challenging out of everything. So now let's talk about the challenges. So this was my first time shooting dancers. So I didn't exactly know how I was gonna film them at first, so I had to kind of do some research, see how other people film dance sequences, and try to draw some inspiration from that. The day of, I felt good about it, but just like anything else that you're doing for the first time, I was a little nervous about it. That just kind of presented an extra challenge in, doing this whole thing. The other thing is this: I was trying to figure out a way how to stylize the set. My first music video that I shot, I didn't have to stylize anything because we found a place where there was a bunch of graffiti and it just had the look we were looking for, so I didn't have to do anything. Another music video I did was with a band, and I didn't have to do much because we shot these scenes that were at a location where the background was very colorful, so I didn't have to do much. And then we shot another scene in a club, so we were able to use the club lights, the house lights, and add color and everything into it, so very simple. However, with this, even though I thought I found a dope location, I thought it was kind of plain, and I wanted to add just a little something to it. All right, so we're in this really dark but cool tunnel, and what we're gonna attempt to do is take these lights right here and kind of just put them along the sides for a really cool light visual for the dancers. So hopefully it works out. Not sure if it will. I'm already sweating. It's hot out here. So I bought some cheap Amazon LED lights. And matter of fact, let me show it to you. This right here is the lights that we used. The only thing that made it kind of difficult was, one, there's a cord attached, so they needed to be plugged in, and where we were, there weren't any plugs. I do like the fact that you can daisy chain the lights together. That kind of made it simple. But after buying these lights, I was like, okay, so now I gotta figure out how to mount these to the wall, as well as power them while I'm out here shooting this video. Let me show you how bright this light gets, by the way. I don't even wanna look at it. Watch this, watch. Are you watching? That's pretty bright. Meow, meow, meow. I'm corny. Me and my wife, we went to Home Depot and we got some mounting tape. We ended up getting this Gorilla Tape mounting tape, and it worked very well. It holds up to 15 pounds, and of course those lights are nowhere near that. So, I mean, it's all we needed. The only issue that we had is one of the lights kept falling because when we first mounted it to the wall, we needed to adjust it, so we kind of like unstuck it and put it back on, and it stayed there for like most of the video shoot, but towards the end it started falling off, and that just presented another annoying small issue. Then I had to actually rent a generator for this shoot. That's how I figured out I would power it, which offered another challenge because now the generator is making a bunch of noise. Now, it wasn't as loud as I thought it was gonna be. It probably sounds a lot louder on camera than it really was in real life. You were able to hear the music and everything. But one, you have the dancers trying to dance to the beat, and that's just kind of a little disruptive. So we had to try to keep the Bluetooth speaker as close to them as possible. And the other thing is this, when you get into editing, it's hard to synchronize the audio because the computer is just listening, or the software is just listening to the sound of the generator. It's like, I don't know where to put this. So I pretty much ended up moving all of the different shots by hand, which wasn't too bad. It sounds a lot worse than what it was. Now, another challenge was the fact that the location that we shot, although it was perfect, it was a little imperfect because it was a biker's path.
Oh, I'm triumphant. Some bikes coming behind you in a minute.
We started early in the morning, so I figured we might get a few interruptions, and I kind of pre-warned everybody before we got out there. But it started off slow, and then it kind of got worse and worse and worse. We were able to do some full takes, and I think the fact that I told everyone about it beforehand kind of made it easier to deal with. When you get into editing, it's like you can't just find where the clip is and place it. You got to find where a clip is, place it there. Okay, you're good for a while. Oh, we got interrupted, so I got to find where to place the second half of the clip. So that was a little annoying, but I mean, I made it work. We made it work. It came out great. And I think the last challenge, which, I mean, this is kind of a challenge on any shoot, but it was just a long day. We didn't shoot multiple days. We shot this music video all in one day, and it was a lot. I mean, we shot like 10 performance shots, maybe 5 or 6 different shots for the dancers. Then we had a bunch of story scenes to shoot. So, I mean, it was a lot. So by the time you're watching this, I believe the music video will have either already been out or will come out the very next day. It depends on when I actually edit the video, if I'm not lazy. But either way, I'll link to it up here and in the description when it is ready. Even though this music video presented some challenges, I'm telling you, man, I had a lot of fun shooting it. I love shooting music videos. Man, like filming music videos is so much fun, although a lot of work. Also, before I end this video, let me say my wife was a huge help the entire time. She helped me keep my inventory together. She helped me with some of my shots. She filmed some of the music video. And even after editing the music video, she was the person that I always let look at it, because it's super important to have a second pair of eyes no matter what you're editing. Almost everything that I edit, I let my wife look at, maybe except my YouTube videos. I'm responsible for those. So when I do stupid things like take off my shirt in videos, my wife has not seen it. And that's probably why they're not as good as my professional work. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Oh, random, I just bought this book. I am talking way too much and I'm talking about nothing. So we're gonna end the video right here. I will see you guys in the next one. I think it'll be a spoken word. It's your boy K-So. Peace. I'm fake reading.